Yeah, hi. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your very late, very out of date AEW Dynamite review. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope, or just happy holidays in general. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving weekend. Good things going on, positive vibes to all of y'all. The reason why I didn't do the review, I mean, why would I do it on Thanksgiving, right? Unless if I did early morning. Um, I had basically Wednesday night right after the show ended. I went out of the town for Halloween. Not Halloween, fucking Thanksgiving. There's a bunch of Thanksgiving Eve parties, in New York. Like go to like certain nightclubs, so that's why I basically did, especially with my buddy who's like a promoter for nightclubs. So I basically went to those like events. So yeah, that's what I did. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This year for Thanksgiving, I think because I had to keep it personal. But let's just say that a lot of my family members did not get together. We did not get together much for Thanksgiving. Um, just how it is with life sometimes. But I do want to say, all y'all cherish your families and loved ones before it's too late. It's very important to like be with family, friends, and loved ones on a special holiday. Okay, you don't want to be alone or whatever. Um, you know, just want to say, but hey, I got it is what it is. I got turkey. Enjoy some turkey and whatever. You know what I mean there. Um, but regardless, I hope y'all. But it was good to relax, man. When you have a long week, doing anything work related or whatever. I hope y'all just tell something with life and just enjoy. Okay. Anyways, I hope y'all it's perfect to enjoy a Coca-Cola style class magnificent. I am thankful for y'all. It's the time of giving thanks. I am thankful for all y'all, and I'm thankful for definitely this Coca-Cola and a wine glass style class. Okay. Especially also thankful for making bitches go oh shit on a big black couch. Especially that's what we gotta do sometimes in Thanksgiving Eve. Meet some chicks, get them to that couch, make them go oh shit. You know what I mean there. Cheers, motherfucker. Cheers. Oh shit. Good stuff. So AEW happened. It was the Thanksgiving Eve episode of Dynamite. Um, was the show good? Not really, in my own opinion. Obviously, and it's funny. A lot of smarts were liking this show because, get it? A lot of it's marquee wrestling. It's indie matches. It's basically matches with no story. But it's like basically glorified indie bullshit or glorified it's these great wrestling matches with no stories. Like it's all about in-ring bullshit with no story, and they want to fucking see all these wrestlers that have dream matches. Like how is that fucking cool? In my own opinion, like especially with no real star power with a lot of these people. Okay, I understand tournaments are supposed to help maybe make people like stars in a sense. But the problem is, like, you still need a lot of these wrestlers in AEW are not don't have really much star power, okay? And if you want to make people care about tournaments, it's just, I don't know, you gotta do stuff. So this was apparently, in Smart's defense, this was the tournament they did for this show is similar to something called the G1 Climax or whatever in New Japan. Again, it's just something to cater to the fucking smarks in fucking the U.S. Is it a bad idea? Not necessarily. So basically, this was not like an elimination tournament. This is a tournament where basically they had two separate brackets. It's similar to basically like, it's kind of similar to a sports team where they'll face a bunch of people. Like they'll face a bunch of different teams, and the best ranking team in a sense would go on to like face the other best team in their sort of ranking, and they'll basically battle in the finals and win. It's kind of like similar to sports in a sense. I think for what I know, it's definitely certain. In like if I was in a high school sports team, and I remember this was happening when I wrestled in high school. If you wrestled in high school for like a wrestling team or whatever, or any sports team, if you had like one of the top teams of your division of your school, you will go on to be part of, like, if you're part, maybe like top 2, top 3, you will survive to go in being part of the top final tournaments, like the city championships or whatever. Here in New York, there was like when I was wrestling, when I had basically when I wrestled in high school, middle school, if you were the best wrestling team, you would go on to this thing called the Mayor's Cup. And the Mayor's Cup would be like the battle of the teams and type of shit. It would be something similar to that, in a sense. So they're kind of doing that, it's kind of like in a sense where it's more like somewhat a sport type of thing. Is it terrible? Not necessarily. It's whatever. It's interesting, I guess. But like again, my problem with this tournament is a lot of people who, how does it make sense for certain people getting to be in a tournament? In my honest opinion, and not just that. Especially when a lot of these people are like nothing but jobbers and they lost. Some of these people keep in mind. Some people say it's okay, you know, it's a showcase or whatever. Like that's so fucking gay, first of all. But second, like if it's a showcase, won't it make sense? Like a person who, even if some of these people won matches, right? Why is it like some of these people who lost that fucking the pay-per-view are getting these title matches or not, or a chance to fight for this tournament? Especially like they're fighting again for a new title, by the way. Yes, so this tournament is gonna have a new title, and it's gonna be a Triple Crown title or whatever the fuck it is. Because apparently, yeah, the ROH title is on the line, and the Never Openweight title from New Japan is on the line, and it's not like it's gonna unify for some reason. Even though, like, fuck it, just unify and ROH. You know, I don't want to fucking see ROH on my show ever again or whatever. They're merging to, and it's gonna be a Triple Crown title. Like what? And it's gonna be the Continental Championship. So we're gonna get a new title. Isn't that again? Wasn't this tournament apparently supposed to be that? I mean, the international. So, and this one leads to me believing what's gonna probably happen in the future. They're gonna have their own Intercontinental Championship. They're gonna unify the international and this Continental bullshit title. They're gonna combine again. We're gonna be like WWE Intercontinental Championship. Even though, keep in mind, New Japan Pro Wrestling, I think they had an Intercontinental Championship. So that's what they might fucking do. Which, fine. But, I don't know. And apparently it's going to be like a yearly tournament. Where like, oh, the winner is going to have the Continental Championship. And if they're still Continental Champion, they're going to defend it in the tournament. It's like, what? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I thought this whole fucking stupid tournament was gonna be like something like me, even like similar to like just a typical tournament where the winner gets a title shot. You know what I mean? Unless they might, this could be, I guess, their King of the Ring in a sense. But no, I don't fucking know. But I don't know who's in. I don't remember who's involved. I think so. There's like gold and blue brackets, right? I want to try to freaking say who the fuck are the people. I don't remember who are the list, but I'm gonna try to find it. Could definitely mention who are in this fucking list and who are gonna be whatever. But it is what it is. So the people who are in this tournament and like are in these certain groups or whatever. I gotta find it. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. So, boy, I gotta find this fucking list. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta find this list. So people who are in this fucking tournament, and it's like in these gold or blue brackets or whatever the fuck they call it. So the gold league or whatever is Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland, Rush, Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal, and Jay White. And the blue bracket is, I don't even remember, I don't think they fucking showed it. Where's the blue bracket? The blue bracket is, I'm trying to find it. The blue bracket is Bryan Danielson, Andrade, Brody King, Claudio Castagnoli. So we're going to see eventually the battle of Comic-Con, this tension between these people, whatever. Daniel Garcia and Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is defending his ROH title and his New Japan title because he wants to up the stakes. Like, that's gonna fucking matter. Sure, Bryan Danielson, I don't fucking know. I guess he's like a big name, right? Whatever. And he basically kind of wins matches, so it's like, whatever. Andrade, didn't he lost his recent match? I don't remember, nor do I care. Like, whatever, I don't really care. Brody Lee, he lost at the pay-per-view with his tag team partner. And why is he when he's like a singles partner? I go, oh, but, there's a showcase. I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't care. The guy lost at the pay-per-view. How does it make sense he easily could be part of where he's going to win the championship? And he's not even proven to be a singles guy, so whatever. Claudio, didn't he lost his? I think he won his pay per view match. Whatever, fine. Daniel Garcia, didn't he lost his recent match and he's a fucking jobber? Eddie Kingston, I think he won the pay per view. He was like the champion. So whatever, okay, I don't whatever. Now the gold, John Moxley, sure, big fucking name, but he lost at the pay per view. How does that make any sense that he's more contender worthy? Compared to especially that's the problem. Like I would not ideally I would not have John Moxley losing to fucking Orange Cassidy first of all. Makes no sense. Swerve Strickland kind of makes sense since he won against Hangman Page, and in a way I kind of gained more respect for the guy as a wrestler since with that death match. So that's the beauty of I guess sometimes with matches, which is good for Swerve Strickland. Rush, he lost his tag team match. Why? Whatever, and he's not even like a main one guy, even though who the fuck is this guy? Only this guy's gonna be is like Andrade's gonna be like, oh, this is the top place in the world. You know him, and no one doesn't know him besides Mark Briscoe, who's literally fucking in this tournament because out of sympathy, and didn't he lost his like recent match too? Like what the fuck? Jay Lethal, he lost at the pay per view. How does that make any sense? And Jay White lost at the pay per view. A lot of these guys are like losers, and why the fuck are they in the pay per view? And I see people like, where the fuck is Kenny or whatever. Some people say like, what? It's because they're like get it. They're in the tag title chase or whatever. But like, you can still try to have like work around that. To try to have some star power or whatever. Even though I wouldn't give a shit in the end of the day. It's like whatever. It makes I don't really. I'm not gonna lose fucking sleep over Kenny Omega not being in this gay tournament anyway. So yeah, this is like a tournament where like you have to have the most points. If you want a match, you get 3 points. You have a draw, it ends at 1 point, and you lose, you get 0 points. Interesting a bit. It's not terrible, it's just like whatever. But again, I don't really care because it's about basically having great matches, to appease marks, so they can see men get sweaty without any stories and characters. Like whatever. So anyways, let's talk about the fucking show officially, but that's to talk about the Continental Classic or whatever. So the show started with Jay Lethal losing to Swerve Strickland in the first match, so you got that black and black crime, you know what I mean there? I didn't care for the match really, in my honest opinion. The match wasn't terrible, it just whatever. And to me, with Swerve Strickland, he didn't sell much of his injuries, in my honest opinion. Sure, he's taped up, right? But he didn't show like he has he's like selling his injury that he's kind of like, oh, get it? He's very. It didn't make, in my honest opinion, it just didn't make any sense to have Swerve Strickland to kind of go the way he did after a big match like that. You know what I mean? You gotta show some realism. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah. Then we see Samoa Joe and MJF, Adam Cole, Gay comes out. They're like buddy, because get it, they're buddy. Adam Cole was in the city. MJF comes out, is like, the devil has arrived and I survived our title, and he praises fucking Jay White. I gotta tell you, man, Jay White, you went toe-to-toe with the devil, but you did not survive, or whatever. It's like, he praised him. It's like, motherfucker, like, what's with all these fucking, like, apparently, is that how people think they're putting over wrestlers, because they praised them for having a good match, or whatever? Like, whatever, I don't care. Adam Cole says he was worried for MJF, so many people were gunning for him, including the devil. MJ says he's not worried because he'll find out that who is behind the mask and will make them pay. The devil appears on the Tron and laughs or whatever. And eventually Samoa Joe comes out. He says, I want you to deliver your promise and give me the world title match. MJ debates that he should keep his word, and this leads to Samoa Joe basically getting angry at him. Oh yeah, MJF is like selling his injury because I get it. Like he got injured, so he's kind of selling that oh, he's injured, can't really walk. Adam Cole can't walk, obviously, but like Samoa Joe, yeah, whatever. So I think that's like what happened. Um, Eventually, after like Adam Cole says like you gotta live up to your word, man, and then MJF says, you know what, you're probably right. That you know what, how about tonight we're gonna give them the biggest main event, whatever, that we'll face each other tonight, type of deal. Um, and he honors his agreement, but then Joe says, you know, nah, not tonight, because if I was to face you, then you would complain how I beat you when you weren't cleared or weren't 100%. You should be 100% by World End. And then MJF says, that is, it's like, oh, you want me in my match on my beautiful city or whatever? You know, as much as like Chicago pizza or whatever, like, you know, or whatever. I like Chicago, but I like New York more. Oh man, don't. They basically talk like about the crowd, like, hey, don't boo. You know, I still like Chicago pizza or whatever. He basically mentions like it's not gonna be the only time in Chicago of him accepting a match and basically beating him to whatever. So he mentions CM Punk. That get it? He beat CM Punk in Chicago, and he beat fucking a former ROH champion. So he mentioned it's not gonna be the first time he beat an ROH champion. So he mentioned CM Punk in a way. People, oh, CM Punk returned back. He's gonna double. Listen, in my honest opinion, who feels like who should be the devil, and I will say yes. I kind of agree that you know what, CM Punk makes more sense than a lot of these boring gay jobbers. But again, the problem is why it doesn't make sense also is because why would you fire a guy to just like bring him back, like especially when it also runs the chance of making you lose ratings. So just saying. But yeah. So that's what happened. After that, Orange Cassidy, Konosuke Shibata, why is he there or whatever, and Hook. Said Hook. So remember, he's supposed to be the next Goldberg, and he's like fucking nothing. Defeated Jake Hager, Angel Parker, and Matt Murad. Before this promo, you had fucking the good guys backstage, but then you had kind of boring ass promos like, you know, I was the ROH TV champ, I'm gonna get my shot or whatever. It's like, shut up, fucking fag. You boring fucker with no charisma. And then they mentioned how Orange Cassidy says he was gonna have a surprise, but he ran out of time of talking. But then Cook, whatever, says before this match starts, we have a surprise, and they have Danhausen, who has basically a similar Halloween 3 song now. Basically, that's like a thing. Apparently, they're doing a spoof of the Halloween 3 parody song as a parody for Danhausen, and it's like, okay, whatever. I don't know. I guess he's a big big Halloween fan. Big, you know, I like Halloween 3. I guess, you know, I'm a big fan of the franchise, but it's like whatever. Eventually, I don't know. I don't care. Christian Cage has his baptize or whatever the fuck it was. Christian Cage declares that he and Nick Wayne did not lose that full year, and the only person who lost was Luchasaurus. Christian renames Luchasaurus to Killswitch because it resembles a winner, and he doesn't want him to be a loser. And he tells Nick Wayne that he's a son that he always wanted and he's the prodigy Nick Wayne. I think people were also thinking that he's going to be renamed as Nick Cage, you know? Whatever, that seemed like it should have been, right? You know? I don't know, but yeah, we got that. He embarrassed Luchasaurus for forcing him to take a knee, renaming Killswitch. And then, you know, he basically says, you know, he's a prodigy. Christian tells Nick Wayne's mom, which I'm not gonna lie to you, Nick Wayne's mom can get it. Okay, holy shit, my gosh, she probably has that baggage, but you know what, my god, she's on my baby black couch. Wow, that's a MILF right there. Christian tells Nick's Wayne mom that the good thing that his father's gone because Nick would have disowned him anyways. Um, he also insults her, basically saying if you played your cards right, things would have been better. And eventually, Luchasaurus, Nick, I don't know, Luchasaurus stands up to Christian when Christian was about to beat her or whatever. Then Christian shoves him into Nick Wayne's mom that like knocks her out for some reason. And then eventually like they get the chairs and Nick Wayne was about to like help Christian do the concerto, but then he gets the chair to Luchasaurus debating it, and then Edge comes out. I was like thinking like why not Nick Wayne be the guy trying to hit his mom? Would that make any fucking sense? But yeah, like Nick Wayne, in a way he kinda still was a little hesitant. He's like, okay with Nick, with his own mother almost getting concertoed. But then Edge comes out, Adam Copeland. That's a slave name. Shut up. He comes out, he spears Nick Wayne, and he kind of he gets Luchasaurus out of the ring. Then we see a little face-off with Edge and Christian, and then Christian gets taken by Luchasaurus, saving him, and then we see Nick Wayne basically getting cheered out in front of his mother. The mother didn't even do anything. Like, I understand you were about to get cheered, I mean, she kind of was like, oh no, don't do it to my son, even though he's a scumbag, right? But like, now what happened? He got cheered out, and Chris was like, that's my son, and he didn't even fucking rant to, like, if he's so much your son, why didn't you go to stop it? Just saying. Are you gonna let your fucking friend get killed without doing anything? I'm just saying, like, that's an analogy. Like, how is it that there's people who are friends, and like people who are friends to people in real life, that they stop that, like, when you're killing a person, about to get killed, and then you're fucking, literally, this is supposed to be your son. I don't know, it's like, wow. Whatever. But I didn't hate this segment. It was, I guess, kind of fun wrestling shit. I didn't hate this, especially because, again, the story with fucking Edge and Christian is pretty cool, so, And why did Edge, make the save? Because she's like the guy to do the right thing, and he has a problem with Christian, Especially him threatening, like, when he's supposed to be his best friend, basically wanted to threaten to break his neck, so, like, it's not cool. JY defeats Rush in a Continental Classic, who cares? Timeless Toni Storm gets an appreciation speech on becoming the new women's champion. She thanks Anthony Khan and Warner Bros. Or whatever. She's presented the AEW women's title by fucking, what's her name? It's Mariah May. My God, Mariah May. Oh man, oh shit indeed. My God. Definitely. She's fucking hot. Like, Toni Storm, she just need to grow her hair back. That's all. And then, we'll be gladly, all two of them are inviting my big black couch together. And they could also do some action. Yeah, it's good stuff, Trust me. If you think that's demeaning, then why are women fucking doing that in nightclubs? Just saying. You know what I mean there. Sky Blue defeats Anna Jay and Ruby Soho, another chick who should be in my big black couch, aka Anna Jay. Sky Blue is kind of a little bit above her face, but she high, But Anna Jay, yeah. I don't understand. Like, what are they doing, Anna Jay? Anna Jay cut a promo like, this is all about me or whatever. Stop focusing on it. And then apparently get it. One other person has a crush on Ruby Soho. Who, why y'all fucking simping on the... It's like basically equivalent to like you can't get any chick, but you're simping on a fucking chick who you think is the only way you can get laid, Whatever. And I don't understand why Anna Jay is always the chick who loses. Like, what the fuck? And the main event, Moxley defeated Mark Briscoe in the main event for the Continental Classic. The match wasn't terrible. I will say, in my honest opinion, the match wasn't terrible. It just, like, I didn't really care because there was, like, the lack of story. And it just, I'm sorry, it doesn't feel like a big match. In my honest opinion, this show, like, I understand, the tournament shit, but it's like, whatever, it lacked enough the star power I would care if you want to do a focus on tournaments. But again, a lot of these matches are very cold. They don't really have really much of a story to make you care about these matches. It's just how it is, people. And it's also, I'll get it, these dream matches happen the first time, and, it's cooking. Like, I hate when people say, these are cooking. Like, what are y'all fucking saying with these stupid modern terms? in my honest opinion, this show didn't cook. It's kind of dry, like a dry turkey. I can guarantee you, I don't make dry turkeys. I know how to cook turkeys. That's why I'm like the resident turkey maker in my family. It just sadly this year we didn't do that because I don't know, people don't really care about family anymore and just like personal shit going on. But regardless, everybody, I hope y'all appreciate yourself. But again, this was the Christmas Thanksgiving Eve. The show was not really good in my opinion. It was pretty boring. But you know, I enjoyed the Christian Edge thing, and I guess the MJF stuff was okay, you know, whatever. So we're gonna get MJF and Samoa Joe at World's End. Oh yeah, during the show, like Wardlow, I think he was like getting like interviewed why he wanted to face MX or whatever, but he says he's gonna get back what he lost, and we got the AR Fox job. It's like, you know, I used to think people like owe me something, but you know, it was my fault. And he gets fucking headbutted by Wardlow, which okay. In my opinion, and this is what I was thinking. Why isn't MJF defending his title against all the multi-people who has an issue, like Samoa Joe, Wardlow, maybe even Kenny? Maybe, like, instead of them fighting for the tag titles, or eventually they do, it'll be Kenny and Jericho. They'll be in a match together, all for World's End, along with maybe one more person, maybe even like, they could do a sort of 6-man match. Heck, I think this is a perfect way where they could do their own version of the Elimination Chamber. That's what I was like kind of hoping, and I even thought of that. I think that like unheard. That's like some people are proposing that idea. It would be kind of cool. I saw on Facebook, but like, and I will give credit to JD from NY. I think he even mentioned that. You know, I will give credit. I know JD from NY gets his reputation. Hey, he's very smarky, which I totally understand. But I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. And I will say this about JD, like, even though he could come off as a smart, there are things I agree with the guy. I do think, you know, even though he seems like, you know, the very smarky type of dude, I do agree with him on a bunch of things. And I do think he's pretty funny, especially, you know, when he's racist or whatever, because, you know, that's funny. I think the guy's a funny, you know, he's a fellow New Yorker. What can I say? I know I have my shit problem with him in the past, but I don't care. And I honestly think the guy's pretty, like, he's good at what he does. There's a reason why people like him, so. There's people do hate, but I do think it's stupid that he got some hate, like, get it, he said something about Shotzi. Like, motherfucker, like, is he not justified for saying what he said? I don't know. Sure, maybe take accountability, I guess, whatever, but it's like, why y'all hating on him just for y'all simping on Shotzi? Like, come on here. Oh, racism joke's no funny. You're probably in fucking SJW Snowflake, that's what you're saying, I'm sure. Anyways, that's not SmackDown. I gotta do SmackDown actually, the review for SmackDown. But AEW, that's Dynamite. Pretty boring show, in my honest opinion. Didn't feel like baked at all, but you know, it just felt like a pretty boring Dynamite where it's only liked by smarts because get it, it's dream matches and it's good matches, all about in-ring shit without fucking any stories and characters. Some people say, oh, you know, there are stories within the match when you... no, like, that's not true unless the wrestlers have interacted with each other before and you mentioned there's backstory, then sure, that's the story. Barely any matches in this fucking Continental Classic had a backstory, so that's bullshit. That's my problem with tournaments. So, anyways, that's Dynamite. Dynamite to me was boring. I guess, you know, because I'm not smart, so that's what's going to happen. I'm going to say this, but, you know, I'm just keep real. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Yeah, so that's what happened. After that, I basically went out of town and shit like that. Talking to some chicks, you know what I mean? For the big black couch. You know what I mean? Gotta make that big black couch worth something, people. Alright, that's what I'm saying. Just keep real. Get your games closed. My new sleep spot. Mr. Bitches go, oh shit. I'm thankful for y'all for Thanksgiving. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy holidays. And shit like that. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye. I'm just keeping real. Apparently I'm bad for speaking my opinion and truth about AEW. I don't know. All I'll say is like, maybe that's your problem. You got a problem. That's why you wonder wrestling is shit there. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye.